How can you become a pilot debt-free? That's a good question. So I think a lot of people's biggest hiccup in deciding whether or not they should pursue a career in aviation is the financial side of it. It's very expensive, it's hard, people are afraid of going into debt. And that's honestly a very realistic and understandable concern. So there's really only a couple ways, and it's not really an answer you probably want to hear. Everyone wants to have the easy way out, like what's the hack I can do to get out of flight school with no debt? The only way to do it if you don't have the money just up front is to work your way through it, because unless you're literally having someone else pay for it, if you don't have the money, there is no way to go through it debt-free unless you pay your way through the entire thing. The only downside with that is it's going to take you a lot longer. I have friends that had their parents pay for it, whatnot, in those situations, good on them, lucky for them, that's fantastic. But if you don't have someone to pay for you and you don't have the money just ready to go, you don't have $150,000 in your bank account ready to spend towards your flight journey, you're going to have to pay your way through it if you don't want to actually go into debt, if you don't want to take a personal loan from a friend or family, or if you don't want to actually go through a bank and get a loan. The only way, if you don't have the money, is to literally work your way through it. So I did that for my private pilot's license only. I worked 3 jobs and I made enough money at the time to do 1 flight lesson every week to 2 weeks. So I would literally work my 3 jobs. I was in college also at the time, work my jobs throughout the week. And then on Saturday, I would go do my flight lesson. And if I couldn't afford it one week, I would skip a week and then do it the next week, maybe a little bit of a longer lesson. I finished my private pilot license debt-free. I ended that with no debt whatsoever, but it took me like a year and a half to do it. So if you're going to do that for your instrument, your commercial, your CFI, your multi-eye, your MEI, your comm multi, if you do all of that, it's going to take you years and years and years and years and years and years and years to get through your flight training, and then you're going to have to build your hours after that. So the only realistic way to answer your question, if you want to become a pilot, an airline pilot, debt-free, if you don't have someone to pay for it, aka your parents, grandparents, or someone else, and you don't want to go through a bank and obviously take a loan, and you don't have the money already saved up, you have to work your way through it. It's the only realistic way of going about it. There are other things out there to help you financially. There's scholarships you can do. There's programs where you can become a flight attendant with certain airlines, and then commit to that airline, and they will help pay for some of your flight training with a lot of fine print, so be very careful with those. But the only way to do it debt-free is to work your way through it. It's very positive in the sense that you're going to have no debt, but it's negative in the sense that it's going to take you a lot longer to get through your flight training. So hopefully that answers your question. I know it's not the answer you probably wanted to hear, but that's the honest truth.